Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Secrecy and lies and cover-up is the currency of the SNP, and never more so when they're talking about money. Jason Leech resigned last month, a job that he should never have ever had in the first place, him being a vaguely failed dentist put in charge of COVID. Not a good look. But as he went, he was entitled to his golden handshake and a generous pension offer. Do you know how much? No, neither do I. Nobody does. The details have been kept secret. This is public money. It should not be kept secret. It should be a matter of public record to see how much this man was paid off to sod off and keep his gob shut. Because undoubtedly that's what it will have amounted to. This is a man deep at the heart of government, deeply embroiled and involved with every decision made, every illegal decision, every dodgy decision, every unethical decision. He'll have been given a very generous send-off, I suspect, just to ensure his silence. We all know how the SNP operates. If you speak, there'll be trouble. You'll wake up and there'll be a horse's head next to you on the bed. Especially if you're married to Lorna Slater. Let's have a look to see how much Leech is going to get, possibly, and why it's been kept secret. Here goes. So, Jason Leech's secrecy row, as details of salary and golden goodbye are kept secret amid unusual pay deal. He has been shady over his money for years. He works for one, gets paid by another, there's a consultancy on a third, it's all subject to secrecy, nobody knows who's paying how much, anything. Why? Because it's the SNP. Everything's got to be a secret, nothing can be revealed. They don't ever want the truth to come out, and presumably he's a very wealthy man, but made wealthy off the public purse, because of course. The former National Clinical Director resigned from his role last month, but Scots will never be able to find out how much he was paid for his decades-long service due to his unusual employment arrangements. Sneaky arrangements. He should be forced to reveal, absolutely forced to reveal, how much. The Scottish Government has been engulfed in another secrecy row, this time surrounding controversial National Clinical Director Jason Leitch, the medical figure who shot to fame during the COVID pandemic through his various TV appearances, officially quit his role at the end of April. And remember, he's a dentist, not a virologist, not an epidemiologist, nothing like that. No. He pulls teeth badly. It took him 7 attempts to get his qualification. He called himself Professor. He was not a professor. But, it goes down well with the stupid people. That's the theory. Anyway, he stood down from the job following a turbulent few months for him, where he faced calls to resign or be sacked following startling revelations from the UK COVID inquiry. His blokey friendship with Humza Yousaf was called into question as he gave him advice on how to circumvent mask-wearing rules and also delete everything he had, knowing he shouldn't have deleted it, but did. Far from getting golden handcuffs, he should have had actual real ones and then do 20 years. He also criticised opposition politicians for daring to question pandemic measures. Oh, how dare you question me, a dentist, a failed dentist, on important matters like pandemics and virology? Yeah, hubris. He told the then Health Secretary that Labour MSP Paul Sweeney will tell you how to do your job. He also labelled Labour's Daniel Johnson a smart ass and said Tory MSP Edward Mountain was rude and harumping like a child at a briefing. That's because nobody believes the sheer, unfiltered bullshit that constantly poured from your and Cranky's mouth, from anyone's mouth, because you're all full of shit all the time. Unfortunately, well-paid turds. You can't polish them, you can roll them in glitter, and boy was he rolled in our glitter. Leech also deleted his WhatsApp messages and even joked it was a pre-bed ritual for him because, doesn't want to go to jail. Members of the SNP administration were blasted for wiping their correspondence relating to the pandemic, claiming it was Scottish Government guidance. If I was in charge, if the people of Scotland made me in charge tomorrow, every single one of them would be round up, taken into a court of law and told to produce their WhatsApps. And if they couldn't, you just go, bang, 20 years, go, next. And set the standard. You communicate, if you're a member of the government and you communicate on anything that's non-official, 20 years, done. There's no appeal and there's no half time off for good behaviour. It's bang, 20 years, go. I tell you what, you impose that and it will never happen again. Anyway, he stepped down from his role as National Clinical Director in April after working for the Scottish Government since 2007. However, he was not actually employed there, instead being on secondment from NHS Tayside, as exclusively revealed by the Scottish Express. This means his salary details have not been made public all those years, even though he has now left. How much he netted from the public purse is being kept secret. Whether he got a golden goodbye, which is a payment for leaving, was also not disclosed. If they're not disclosing that he got one, you know he got one, and you know it must be massive, embarrassingly large, which is why they're keeping that quiet. I don't care if a millionaire does jobs like this. I care if people doing that job become millionaires while doing that job. I bet you he is a multimillionaire and he's being paid off by the Scottish people. The taxpayers have made him rich. The Scottish Daily Express asked both the Scottish Government and the NHS Tayside for these details, but were rejected because it was personal details. We asked how much cash had been given to the Health Board to cover his employment, but we were told NHS Tayside cannot release personal information. NHS Tayside considers the information you have requested to be personal information of a member of staff and therefore cannot disclose the information, and then gives the reason. This was the same answer given to a further request on how much he netted after quitting the role, with a spokeswoman responding, as stated in the Freedom of Information Act, staff expect NHS Tayside to remain confidentiality. If he's been paid out of the public purse and things like this, we have a right to know. If he wanted his salary kept secret, he should have stayed in his hospital pulling teeth with pliers. The moment he goes into the public forum, we have to know everything. That's the price of public life. And if you can't do it, jail him. Jail them all. Jail every one of them. Tell us your role, tell us your money, or go to jail. Jesus, you need to put me in charge. Shit like this would never happen, and wankers like that would be doing hard time. Stick him in Barlinnie. Have Cranky in a cell with him. God, I would so love to put him and Cranky and Freeman in the same cell for 20 years with one bucket between them. Coming up. If what was on his WhatsApps was so innocent, he wouldn't have needed to delete them. Therefore, by the deletion, the story is told. We know it was dodgy. We know he is dodgy. We know he's a liar. We know that. That's absolutely true. I can say that without impunity. He is a liar. But he's also dangerous. He was giving advice to which he was not qualified. And that is a danger. And him, working in the medical profession, should know better. He should have said, I'm sorry, I'm not an epidemiologist, I'm not a virologist, I'm not an expert in this field. I'm a failed and shitty dentist. Please pick someone better. But Cranky didn't want someone better. She didn't want an expert, because an expert would tell her the things that she didn't want to hear. Oh, you mustn't do that. That's the worst possible thing you can do. But it's what I want to do. Yes, but it's the worst possible thing you can do. But it won't give me personal power. I know, this is what you need to do. Yeah, but that's crap, Doc. And that's why they got rid of the experts. Experts tell them the correct things to do, not the things they want. Him, oh, kiss ass all the way up to be rich. Mr. Millionaire. Millions of pounds off the public purse. And why? Who knows? It's not as though he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, we'll finish there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And if I do stand for office, do vote for me. I'm tempted. I've been asked and I've been tempted. That's a little shh. That's a secret, but I have been asked. Anyway, till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.